once you've allowed yourself this time to get comfortable onto your mat, to allow a bit of length in your spine, soften your shoulders, and to simply just close your eyes and to allow yourself to be in this space of your yoga practice, giving yourself permission to slow down in a mindful way, to allow time to connect with your breath. Be patient with yourself in this process. So take note of how you are currently, how you're holding your body in this seated position. Just notice if you're gently rounding your back. Try to counter this just by allowing your shoulders to roll back, maybe a bit more than what you're used to. You feel this nice lift from your heart center, creating space. And just notice, are you allowing your belly to be nice and relaxed? Try and keep it engaged by pulling the belly in and keeping it there. Allowing the tailbone to reach for the mat behind you. And just allowing your knees to soften as best as you can. With the hands just lightly placed on top of them. The seated position ultimately is where we want to remain without feeling any ailments. Not just in our physical bodies, but in our thoughts. So just give yourself this moment to be aware, to set the intent that this is your practice. So do what feels right for you. Just begin to take your awareness into your breath. This rhythm, your own unique rhythm. Just be aware. Be aware of the gentle movement of your body as you connect with your breathing. Notice any tension in your face. Just allow it to soften. And watch how the rest of your body responds. And as we take a moment now to connect our breath with one another today in today's practice, as we come into these counts of 4 with our inhales and exhales, try to imagine with your inhale, you're reaching the crown of your head towards your ceiling. And with your exhale, you're reaching your tailbone back down to the mat behind you. So let's think about these subtle movements as we complete our next exhale here. And we'll inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Try to maintain this rhythm just on your own, breathing in and out to those counts of 4. With your next inhale, let's begin to take wide spread arms. The palms together above the crown. And exhale, bring the hands down through heart center. Find this movement one more time as you inhale, wide spread arms, palms together. And exhale, hands down through heart center. This time as we take wide spread arms, let's interlace the hands above the crown and reach the palms towards your ceiling. Let's wait for our exhale and just simply lean to the left. Inhale, come in through center, and exhale to the right. Inhale into center, and with the palms interlaced, let's just take them and rest them behind your head. With a nice deep inhale, let's separate the shoulders nice and wide, lift up through your heart, lean the head back. And as you exhale, just bring the head down into the chest and the elbows towards each other. Let's do this a couple more times. As you inhale, open it up. And exhale, round it out. Try to find those counts of 4. Inhale. 3, 4. Exhale. Let's go one more time here. Inhale. And exhale. With your inhale, as you come in through center, let's find wide spread arms once again. This time, let's bring the arms shoulder width apart. Release the left hand to the outer left hip. Open up the right side body. Let's come in and out of this as you inhale, come in through center. And as you exhale, move to the right, reaching out through the left. Inhale in through center, and exhale to the left. Inhale, center, exhale, right. This time when you inhale to come to center, let's take a gentle twist towards the left leg. And as you exhale, just release your hands on either side of the left knee. So let's readjust ourselves here. Find your inhale, reach the crown of the head away from you. Let's keep the chin neutral to your chest. As you exhale, encourage pulling in your belly and look for that hinge forward until you find that sweet spot. Once you've found that sweet spot, you can play around with maybe walking your hands either further away from you or keep them nice and close. Maybe even play around with letting your head become heavy. Just holding it here, being aware of where you're feeling this nice stretch in your body. On the right side, as you compress through the left. Now think about your gaze as you hold it here. And allow the eyes to soften. Allow your breath just to move in your own pace. Allowing it to slow down. And once you've completed your next exhale, let's use our inhale to push the hands into your mat so that you can rise up and away from the left leg. Let's inhale in through center with wide spread arms, shoulder width apart. Take your twist to the right and release the hands on either side of the right knee. Readjust yourself here as you inhale to take the crown of the head away from you. And as you exhale, encourage pulling in your belly as you look for this nice hinge forward. Play around with walking the hands either further away from you. Play around with the head becoming heavy into your chest. And just observe now the left side as you take this compression into your right. And again, allow the gaze to soften. Allow your eyes to be just peeking beneath your lids. so that you can visualize your breath here. Just watching it as it moves in and out of your body. You settle into your rhythm. Once you've completed your next exhale here, use your inhale to encourage pushing into the hands as you rise up and away. Slowly twisting yourself back in through center, and we'll inhale, take widespread arms to shoulder width once again. This time, releasing the hands right out in front of you, and let's release the knees in through tabletop. Once you arrive in your tabletop, look at your body. Look at your hands. Make sure they're spread nice and wide. The knuckles are drawing down into your mat. Look at your knees. Are they hip width? And are the tops of the feet hidden behind the thighs? From here, let's just create some movement just by rocking forward and back. Getting a gentle stretch in your wrists, and you might even hear some creaks or cracks in your knees. Now let's find these large circles in our body so that our shoulders are coming over to the sides and behind your wrists. Again, be aware of sensations in your knees and even in the tops of your feet as you create these large circles. Go in the opposite direction now. Notice your breath. Have you let go of your breathing? Have you allowed wide eyes here? Keep them nice and soft. And then from here, let's come back in through our neutral tabletop. Just give yourself one round of cat and cow. And then let's meet back with a flat back, and let's take downward dog as you tuck the toes, lift your hips up and back. Let the head become heavy. Let the heels reach towards your mat, and let's just hold it here in stillness. And think about softness within your face once again. Think about your breathing here. The restriction of having your head below your heart. Let's encourage here as you hold your downward dog to use your inhale to push into the hands as you lift your hips, and to use your exhale to reach your heels towards your mat. Allow this moment to connect with your breathing, your own unique rhythm here. When you are ready, let's look towards your hands and slowly begin to walk your feet towards them. Once you arrive there, take your inhale and just find a nice halfway lift, flattening your back. As you exhale, take a hinge forward as you forward fold. And let's just hold it here for a moment. Letting the head become heavy. Letting softness in through your knees with a gentle bend. And just allowing a moment to connect with your breath. Just being aware of its rhythm. Now let's take a nice deep bend in your knees and slowly find the spine rolling one vertebra at a time as you come to make your way into standing. Just rolling the shoulders back here. Just enjoy this movement. Now allow the hands just to be alongside the body with the palms facing forward, the chin neutral to your chest. Take a peek at your feet here. You want to find the big toes drawing down into your mat, cross through to your baby toe, and back through the center of your heel. Keep this engagement within your feet to ensure your stability in this standing position. From here, we're going to come into 2 half sun salutations. But let's connect with this rhythm of inhaling and exhaling to 4. So giving ourselves permission to allow this to be a nice and slow movement in our body. So when you are ready, we'll inhale, wide spread arms. 2, 4. Exhale, bring the hands down through heart center as you hinge forward. With your next inhale, halfway lift, find that flat back. Exhale, hinge forward once again, head is nice and heavy. Inhale, wide spread arms. Now let's rise in through standing. Exhale, hands down through heart center and Swamasthiti. Last time here, inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, forward fold. 3, 4. Inhale, halfway lift. 4. Exhale, forward fold. 4. Inhale, wide spread arms, come in through standing. 4. Exhale, hands down through heart center, Swamasthiti here. Give yourself a moment. Take note of your body. Take note of the weight back in your feet. Equalize it there. When you are ready, let's inhale, find wide spread arms. This time, let's keep them at shoulder width apart, palms facing each other. And with a nice deep inhale, let's reach up through your fingertips. And as you exhale, just come into a slight back bend. And with your inhale, take your hinge forward, halfway. Exhale, release into your forward fold completely. Inhale, halfway lift here. Exhale, hands down to your mat. And let's just step the left foot here way back. Let's stay high on the left toes for a moment, just to reach out through your left heel. And let's now lower the left knee onto your mat. Flatten the top of the left foot. Walk your hands to the top of your right thigh. And once you arrive here, give your shoulders a nice roll back. Let's just think about our stability here, drawing down in through your right heel. Just making sure the left knee is nice and comfortable. Taking your gaze just out in front of you. And now bring your hands towards your hips. Just allow the hips to remain square. So the right hip is drawing back and the left forward. Your belly pulls in. And now release the hands alongside your body and we'll inhale to take wide spread arms. With the arms shoulder width apart, energize your fingertips once again as you reach them towards your ceiling. And with your exhale, let's come back into that back bend, leaning back, lifting through your heart, and just being aware of your balance here. So continue to draw down into your right heel. Notice your eyes as you hold it here. Just keep them nice and soft. With your exhale, let's lower the hands on either side of the right foot. Let's tuck the left toes under once again, just to lift the left knee off your mat, finding a low lunge here. And let's invite some pulsing up and down with your hips, just to loosen up. And we'll come back to just lowering the left knee back onto your mat, flatten the top of the left toe, and we're just gonna hold it here. We're gonna work on bending a little bit deeper into your right knee, softening your gaze. And giving your hips permission to become heavy here. Now notice your breathing. Notice if you're continuing to engage your belly towards your spine. Notice any heat or discomfort in your body. And from here, we're going to make some movement. So let's tuck the left toes under once again, just to bring the left knee a bit closer towards you. As you sink your hips back towards the left heel, and begin to flex and straighten out through the right leg. Take a gentle hinge forward here with the hands in a nice comfortable place to keep you stable. You can allow the head to become heavy here. Let's take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Just one more breath, holding it here. Find your inhale and exhale. And very slowly begin to bring the sole of the left foot back onto your mat. Let's tuck the left toes under once again, lifting the left knee. And now let's walk our hands all the way towards the left foot, straightening and flexing through the right foot once again. Let's just hold it here, just being playful with this movement. It's okay if you're not where I am. Just find a position where you can hold your body for at least a full breath. We'll begin now to walk the hands back towards the right foot. Now let's step the left foot to meet the right at the top of your mat. And we'll inhale here, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And we'll enjoy our forward fold here, just allowing your head to be nice and heavy. Maybe give the fingers a little bit of a wiggle, the head a bit of a nod, yes and no. Might feel a little bit different on the right side compared to the left. And now let's find a nice deep bend in your knees. Rolling your spine one vertebra at a time. As you make your way in through standing, giving your shoulders a roll back, leaving the arms alongside your body. And again, visualizing this engagement within your feet. Take a nice deep inhale here. Notice the quality of your gaze. Allow it to soften. We're going to find this same sequence on the opposite side. So when you are ready, taking your inhale, let's find wide spread arms. Keep them shoulder width apart, and let's come into that gentle back bend, reaching your fingertips towards your ceiling as you lean back. Let's wait for your inhale to come halfway forward and use your exhale to hinge forward completely. Head is nice and heavy. Find your inhale here, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down to your mat. Right foot now steps way back. Let's begin just with the knee lifted at first so that you can reach out through the right heel. Now lower the right knee onto your mat. Flatten the top of the foot. And walk the hands to the top of the left thigh. Once you have risen, roll your shoulders back and think about your stance. Think about drawing down through the left heel. And if you need any extra padding, for the right knee. Think about your gaze now. Find it softening on one fixed point. Now bring your hands to your hips. And think about squaring them gently. The left hip comes back and the right forward. Belly pulls in. Now release the hands alongside your body. Inhale, wide spread arms. Let's keep them shoulder width apart. The fingers nice and active as you reach up. And your exhale, come into that nice back bend, lifting up through your heart, and let's hold it here. Your gaze, it may have shifted. Soften your eyes. Allow yourself to just remain in this shape, noticing the effects it has on your body and your breath. Notice that period of time when you begin to feel fatigue as you remain here. Now let's take a nice deep inhale. And with your exhale, release the hands on either side of the left foot. And we'll come into our low lunge, tucking the right toes under, lifting the right knee off your mat. And just find that nice pulsing up and down of your hips. Keep your gaze nice and soft. Now let's pause here, lowering the right knee back onto your mat, flatten the top of the foot, and we'll hold it here. See if you can bend a little deeper into your left knee, letting the hips remain nice and heavy, letting the eyes remain nice and relaxed. As you now notice the quality of your breath, notice the sensations you are feeling in your body as you remain in this shape. When you are ready, let's tuck the right toes under just to bring the right knee a bit closer towards you. And we'll sink the hips back towards the right heel as you straighten and flex through the left leg. Find your inhale just to create that length in your spine, and your exhale, maybe you hinge forward slightly. Allow the hands to act as a balancing feature. Let's hold it here. Again, finding softness in your gaze, attention to your breath, allowing it to slow down. Let's take one last deep inhale here. Then exhale. When you are ready, nice and slowly, assist yourself in bringing the left sole of the foot onto your mat. Tuck the right toes under to lift the knee. And move to walking your hands towards the right foot as you straighten out through the left. Hold it there for a moment. Just look for the sensations in your body, just being in this shape, in a variation of this shape. And we'll begin now to walk our hands back towards the left foot. Right foot meets the left at the top of the mat. Let's take an inhale to halfway lift here, and an exhale to forward fold. And let's hold it here once again for a moment. Just finding heaviness in your torso. And from here, let's bend our knees. And let's just simply sit onto our mat and come to lay nice and flat. Finding your corpse posture here. Once you arrive laying flat on your back, just notice your body. Keep your awareness into these sensations that are presenting themselves as you transitioned from your standing sequences and now to just simply laying nice and still. Let's honor this process honor stillness. Let's honor just a moment of silence. Just notice your breathing here. And let's begin to just give the fingers and toes just a nice wiggle. Give them that nice playful movement. When you are ready, let's slowly bend your knees and just bring your knees in towards your chest. Take the hands to the tops of the shins. Give yourself a nice big bear hug here. And even check in with the neck, so allow the chin to tuck in slightly so that the back of the neck is nice and relaxed. And from here, give the lower back some love just by gently rocking from side to side. So we're going to move into a supine twist. So when you are ready, let's take our hands here into a T position. Just take a gaze down your arms. Make sure they're in line with your shoulders. And with the knees nice and close into your chest, let them fall all the way to the left. You remain grounding down through your right shoulder. And if the head allows it, turn the head away from the knees. Notice your body here. Before we make any further movement, how does it feel? Any sounds? Any sensations? Are you craving something more? And if so, maybe straighten the right leg. Flex out through the right foot. And if that feels nice, maybe grab hold of the right foot with the left hand. Now let's think about our breath. Let's think about using your inhale to really expand your body. And using your exhale to maintain the twist. So allow that to be you grounding through your right shoulder. Notice the quality of your gaze once again as you settle into your own rhythm of breathing. Give ourselves one more round. And if you've straightened the right leg, just slowly bend it back to meet the left so that we can bring both your knees back in through center. Feel free to counter your lower back in through center just by rocking from side to side here. Make sure the knees are nice and close into your chest before allowing the knees now to fall all the way to the right. So be aware, again, any sensations that you feel in your body, notice them. Ground down through your left shoulder to encourage that twist in your spine. Maybe turn the head away from the knees. And again, quality in the gaze. Allow it to be nice and relaxed. Notice your breath in this moment is being pretty quick as your body adjusts to being in this shape on a different side. And if you want to move deeper, if you did on the other side, then explore this on this side as well. Give yourself this time. And once you found a nice position where you can maintain, think about your inhale as expanding your body, slowing your breath down. And your exhale to ground through your left shoulder, to encourage this twist. So connect with this rhythm of your breath and this gentle movement in your body as you maintain softness throughout your face. Just give yourself one more deep breath here. Once you have completed your exhale, very slowly begin to invite your inhale to bringing the knees back in through center. This time, take the hands back to the tops of your shins. Hold the knees nice and close. And just bring the forehead here in towards your knees. Just hold it there for a moment. And then we'll lower the shoulders and the head back onto your mat. Take the hands alongside your body and just simply straighten your legs towards your ceiling. So once you arrive here, check back in with your neck. Just allow the chin to tuck back in. Now think about your feet and give the toes a nice wiggle. Give the ankles a nice rotation, both of them in opposite directions. Create this nice, playful, easy movement. Now from here, let's just separate your legs nice and wide. And just hold it there for a moment. And we'll just bring them now back together. Bend the knees back into your chest. Lift the tailbone off your mat. And we'll straighten your legs back towards your ceiling. Now this time, let's alternate lowering right and left. So we'll lower the right leg. Lift it back up to meet the right. Lower the left leg. And lift it back up. So let's move nice and slow. You might not let the leg come to a hover over the mat. Just go into a position where you're comfortable with lowering the leg and lifting it back up. Where you can feel your belly being engaged. Where you can notice the strength that you have in your body just to create this simple lowering and lifting movement. Notice crinks or cracks that may occur in your body. You continue this movement until you can notice heat building up. And once you've noticed that heat, just give yourself a couple more rounds. This is where you now build that strength. When you are ready, bring both legs back up and through center, bend them in through your chest, and give the lower back some love just by creating some small circles in your lower back. Now let's go in the opposite direction. And from here, we're going to come in through happy baby. So let's bend the knees into your side body. And let's take the hands to the pinky toe edges of your feet. Just allow yourself a moment here. If the pinky toe edges aren't available to you, you can just keep the hands to the tops of the shins. Just make sure the hips are nice, the knees are nice and wide. We're going to take a moment here just to remain in stillness. Just to allow an observation of how we feel in this particular shape. And if you want to make some movement, maybe rocking from side to side with control, then find that. When you are ready, just come back in through center, releasing the soles of the feet back onto your mat. Take the right arm up overhead, roll to the right side of your body, and let's push ourselves up into a seated position with the legs extended out in front of you. Right away, we'll come into a straight leg forward fold, but bring your inner thighs down, outer thighs up. Inhale, wide spread arms. Exhale, forward fold. If you can, grab hold of your feet, grab them. If not, no worries. Just make sure your head is nice and relaxed. Let's give ourselves this time to remain in this shape and to maybe encourage going a bit deeper. So let's encourage reaching the crown of your head away from you. Encourage pulling in your belly so that you can hinge forward just a bit more. Your legs are drawing down into your mat. And now that you've invited all of this engagement in your body, just remain here. Being aware of your breath. Allowing a moment of stillness. Allowing subtle adjustments where you see fit for your own body. And you lengthen your breath here just on your own. Just encouraging some long, smooth breathing. When you are ready to take your next inhale to slowly rise up halfway. And from here, let's take our hands underneath our thighs just so that we can walk our legs nice and wide. Once you arrive with the legs wide, just take a moment to lift yourself up and place yourself back down. And we'll just simply take the hands out in front of you and allow the head again to fall in towards your chest. So in this position, we might not be forward folding as far as we would like. The point of being in a shape in our asanas is to observe our body and to encourage moving deeper. This encouragement comes with awareness to your breath. So give yourself this time to breathe deeply on your own so that you can notice your own body. Your inhales will always be to create this length in your spine. And your exhales will be finding that hinge forward. And as you continue to invite this awareness, maybe then with these movements deeper into the pose, you find you can touch your big toes with your index and your middle finger. Maybe not. But give yourself permission to explore. Once you've allowed this, just remain here. Remain softening your face, softening your gaze, and how you have changed in this moment. And with your next inhale, slowly begin to invite yourself to rise up and away. Just take a gentle twist here to the left leg and a gentle hinge forward. Let's create a bit of movement here. As you inhale, flip the right palm towards your ceiling and rise it up and over to the biceps beside the ear, and you're reaching out through the fingertips of the right hand. And with an inhale, let's bring both arms up and through center. And with an exhale, twist to the right. Release the hands on either side of the right leg. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, take that hinge forward. Left palm now faces the ceiling. And we'll inhale, windmill it up and over. Reach the fingertips away from you. Bicep beside the ear. And we'll inhale, both arms in through center. So let's do this one more time on each side. Inhale to twist to the left. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, flip the right palm, rise it up and over. Stay for your exhale. And with your inhale, bring both arms in through center. Exhale, twist to the right. You lower the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, left palm flips, rising it up. Stay for your exhale. And we'll inhale, both arms up and through center. And as you exhale here, just take the hands underneath your thighs, bending one knee at a time. And let's come in through a butterfly with the soles of the feet together and the knees falling wide, and begin to take your hinge forward. Take the hands to the tops of the feet and just allow the head to be nice and heavy. So we're falling right into it today. Falling right back into this awareness of your breath and the subtle movements of your body. Any restrictions, and allowing yourself to find the shape, just notice them. And don't be discouraged to wiggle yourself, to find other variations. Maybe you pull away, maybe it's too uncomfortable to remain in, maybe you feel awkward, maybe you're super relaxed. One thing we'll all have in common in this moment is connecting with your breath. Let's come into those rounds, counting to 4, just 2 sets here. Complete your next exhale. We'll inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale. Inhale, and exhale. With your next inhale, very slowly rise away from your legs, taking the hands to the outer thighs to bring the legs to each other. Take the hands behind your hips here, heel toe your feet as wide as your hips. Just give the knees a nice windshield wiper from side to side. Sometimes it feels really nice just to hold it in one position, so you can find that if you need to. And then from here, we're going to come back into our cross-legged seated position. This is the time for us to notice if our asana practice created any change in how we can hold ourselves in this position that we are currently in once again. So notice your body. Notice length in your spine. Notice softness in your shoulders. Notice your hips, your knees, the placement of your hands. Just allow a moment once again to notice your breathing. Create again this relationship of inhaling to find length in your spine and exhaling to ground down through your tailbone. We're going to work a bit on some pranayama exercises, just on lengthening our breath. So we'll lengthen our inhales for 2 rounds of counting, this time to 6, and exhaling to 4. So let's all take a nice comfortable breath in here, a comfortable breath out, and we'll inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Just giving yourself this moment here, just to simply allow those effects to settle in. These next moments of your practice are a Mysore. So you can remain exactly where you are for the next moment. If there's any movement that you're craving, by all means, let that happen. And if you are ready for your Shavasana, please slowly make your way there. I will cue you when we should all find ourselves in our final resting posture. When you are ready to slowly commit to finding your Shavasana, begin to make your way there, to allow stillness in your body so that you can give it permission to absorb all that you've just given it today. True relaxation. With the clarity of your mind, know that you are in a state of peace, free of adversity, and that love and protection surrounds you so that you may simply be. When you have allowed life to come back into your body, identify this time as a sense of rebirth of yourself. You slowly allow your knees to bend, roll to one side, slowly arrive back in your seated position, this time with the palms together as you bow towards your fingertips. This is the part of your practice to honor your mind, body, and spirit, to be grateful for where you are right now, to honor the elements of earth, air, fire, and water, to honor the directions of north, south, east, and west. Please allow us to close with the sound of Om followed by Aum. If you're not aren't used to oming out loud, just maybe hum to yourself to create a vibration in your body. When you are ready, inhaling deeply. Um, Thank you for sharing your energy with me today. Namaste.
Namaste.